Alright, so what's up guys? I've had the XT for about a month now, so I figured I'd do a little walk around and go over all the modifications that it's got. So we'll start up here at the front. When I got it, the front tire was shot, so I put a Tusk D-Sport on there, and it did clear with the factory mudguard, lower mudguard on it, but I did go ahead and remove that. I'm just going to run it without it. One of the previous owners had installed the LED headlight. It's fine. Probably something I would have never done on my own, but it's there. In the forks, we are running half inch worth of preload. I've got a video. I turned down some spacers real quick. I've got a lathe, and may or may not up that a little bit in the future, but right now we're running a half inch of preload. And this past week I did remove the forks, drain them, and installed 20 weight fork oil. The Yamaha manual recommends 15 weight, so I assume that's what they come with from the factory. So I went up to 20 weight. Definitely feels like it's going to help a little bit. The 15 weight with the preload was really fine. For my weight, I'm 165 pounds. The compression was fine, but the rebound was a little quick for my liking, and a little more compression resistance is not going to hurt. It's not like going up from 15 weight to 20 weight makes a world of difference. Coming on back, previous owner already had a aluminum skid plate on there. These are the stock foot pegs off of a CRF 250F, the air-cooled trail bike. I used to own one of those, so I had those pegs laying around. I did have to drill out the hole in them just a little bit, not a lot, to get the pin to fit. XT had a larger pin, and these pegs are also shorter or lower to the ground than the stock pegs. So you may have to tamper with the height adjustment on your brake and on your shifter on the other side. I ended up adjusting the shifter a hair. It didn't really need it. Not like out of necessity, it wasn't super high. The brake though, one of the first things I did was adjust the brake up. So then when I replaced these, it was way too high. So I adjusted it about 2 turns on the little clevis and lowered it back down to I believe I lowered it exactly back to where it was originally when I got it. Previous owner already had a DG exhaust. It was way too loud for me, so I ordered the DG Quiet Core insert, which, to be honest, really doesn't quieten it down too much. It quietens it down just enough to where I can live with it now. And I'm gonna skip over real quick. Speaking of that exhaust and quieting it down enough for me to live with it, just today I blocked off the pair valve like 30 minutes ago. Rode it just up the driveway and back, 1,000 times better now that it no longer is backfiring, or it's essentially not backfiring, but it's not creating that backfire noise every single time you ease off the throttle at all, or when you're engine braking down a hill. All I did to do this was, if you take these 2 bolts out, there's a little metal plate in there that serves as like a gasket for these 2 mating parts, this tube plus the engine head. Take them bolts out, wiggle this, that plate will slide out. It's got this same shape with 2 holes in it and a hole in the middle. You could probably use an aluminum can, like a Coke can. I used a piece of 8 thou thick shim stock, thin enough you can still cut it with scissors, and it was stainless steel shim stock, but aluminum Coke can would be perfectly fine. And you just lay that plate onto like a Coke can if you're going to try to do it, and trace out the shape flat on a table. mark the 2 holes, punch the 2 holes, drill them out. That's kind of hard to drill out because it's so thin. You got to kind of step up size by size with your drill bit, and get the 2 holes in there, get the shape cut out. You cannot cut the shape. Let's see, I don't know if it's going to show up on camera. You can see my plate. It's that little tiny lip right there. So the shape doesn't have to be absolutely perfect, but you know, close enough. And you can kind of see it, shiny spot right there. So anyway, get the shape cut out, get the holes in there. Do not put a hole, obviously, in the center. So you just have the 2 bolt holes in it. 7.2 foot-pounds is the torque. That's, I don't know, off the top of my head, 80 inch-pounds. I did 60. I always undershoot torque specs by a hair. Did 60 and rode it around. Definitely quietens it down. I would recommend doing that even if you have the stock pipe on there, because that just, the popping and everything really annoyed me personally. Rear rack, put this on about, I don't know, I guess a week ago. Came from Pro Cycle. I forget the brand. They offer like 3 of them, I think. And if you check their website out, obviously from the pictures you'll be able to figure out which one I went with. It does remove the grab handles, but you can still grab the bike to pick it up. And it's pre-drilled for a Rotopax, which I do not have and probably will never have, but the bolt pattern is pre-set up for that. And I've already went ahead and drilled all my different boxes and everything that I might run on here depending on where I'm riding and what kind of trip I'm on. So I can just put those on when I need them, leave them off there if I'm going trail riding and not just dirt road riding. One thing I would like to do is do the tail tidy that puts the tail light all the way up here in here and gets rid of all of this. But in the meantime, I just left this centerpiece and cut these off on both sides, moved the license plate up, and that'll look fine for now. But if you do the tail tidy that gets rid of all this junk, puts the light up in here, you've already got mounting holes to put the plate right there. I had a LED bulb laying around, so I went ahead and swapped that in there. So between the LED headlight having less electrical draw and the tail light having less electrical draw, we should have plenty of power output for charging a phone or anything like that at some point in the future. And the only other thing I can think I might add in the future is I would like to go with some less obtrusive turn signals. The bike's got stock gearing. It already had, the tread's not great on it, and I'll be replacing it probably within the next 5 or 6 months. It'll be wore down enough for me to replace. But the previous owner did have a Dunlop D605 on here. Really liking this tire. We'll probably stick with it, and we'll probably continue to run something slightly more aggressive on the front. Tuss D Sport is cheaper. I could put one of those on the rear. I'll cross that bridge when I get there. Stock gearing. Trying to think if anything else is done to it, and I believe that's it. Rear shock for my weight, I've just cranked some preload into it. You can't really see. Try to get an idea for where the lock nut is. I think it's about 1/3 from the bottom. It will not focus very good, but anyway, we're about 1 inch from the bottom. The owner's manual tells you not to crank it all the way to the bottom of the threads. Again, I'm 165 and I feel like it's pretty good. I might crank in some more preload, but I had to remove the entire shock to be able to do it. And so I'm in no hurry to do all that again. But wintertime or something, when there's absolutely nothing to do around here, I may take it off and put another 100 to 200 thousandths of preload on it. I don't know if I'd go a full 1/4 inch, but if we're really splitting hairs trying to fine tune, I would maybe like just a touch more rear preload. And I believe that is it. So look forward to more videos coming. We've got a ride coming up August 16th, big deal sport ride, so I'll get a video out when that happens. And if there's any other mods or anything, hand guards I'm not too worried about on this bike. Bar risers would be nice, but I'm unsure. For standing, I would kind of want them up and forward a little bit, and if I do that with some off-the-shelf risers, I'm afraid I might be blocking my key. I'm not sure, but I could go with rocks risers. That way I've got adjustability. But if you just get the ones that bolt in here and are offset forward, I'm afraid I'm probably going to be blocking that key off. I don't know, it's offset a little from center, so maybe it would work. Maybe I'll look around and see if I can find anyone else that's ran those, and if so, I might get me a set of those. Move the bars forward just a hair for when I'm standing. But yeah, I believe that's about it. Don't have any other big mods I want to do to it, really. Nothing major. And so yeah, look forward to more videos, and we'll catch you on the next one.